Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody just calm down.
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
come
on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend.
Hello. I'm on the right side today. I thought you would have switched me over.
Like this?
Yes.
I like being on this side, though, I think.
Yeah. There's sunlight in your abode there.
Yeah, I mean, I can go dark if needed.
Go dark. No, it's cool. It's cool. How is everyone going? I hope they're all having a good late night, early morning. What the hell time is it there, Camel?
1:30.
And you're on the East Coast.
I woke up just for you.
Thank you so much.
That's what she said.
We're going to be drawing. Thank you to John for just ending your stream. Although I think Ethan's going to go EFAP that Shane Nerdette thing. So, yeah.
That'll put me right back to sleep. So.
Yeah. I tried. I kept trying. I'd pop in every 15 minutes. I thought, something to listen. No, I couldn't. I'm sorry. Let's just quickly say hello to everyone here. How you going, Indy? I like it. This show we get some different people because it's a different time. Hello, Indy Wrestling Aces. We got Beerers in the house. Frog G, Woodrow's here. What about Joe Wapner? There is the man himself, Mr. Tommy. Comics for everyone. How you going, buddy? We got Eric Hammond. Great to see you in the chat. Stephen Rockwood, Linkovich Chomovsky, Nicholas Gear, Hale, Mo Biggs, Jeremy Burtz is here. Bretsky, the great Lord Nemesis. Good stuff is here. I see Bullet Ninja Hagelman. I'll probably fall before grabbing the little hand. Oh, the I would grab it. He says it's strong.
Yeah,
it looks
but
slimy though. It looks shiny.
Dude, I had a friend once, right? And he shook hands with me, and it sticks with me to this day. But it was like shaking like a wet paper towel. It was all flimsy and
people with that really clammy hand.
Oh my god, mate! It was horrid.
Put some talcum powder on that thing before you shake my hand, please.
That's what I imagine Camel's hands are like.
Yeah, I just have to say, Camel's like, yeah, that's me. He's just elbows. Camel loved it when COVID came in because it became elbows. Did you guys ever do that? Like the whole thing?
Get the fuck out of here.
People would come up to me and go,
no.
Yeah.
Years ago, I knew someone who insisted on doing like one of these, and I just like, dude, just pound it. I can't. I'm not doing that every time. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, we got some people coming in here. Hello to everyone. I'm not gonna. I don't want to gatekeep so much.
Rob's a train wreck.
Why am I copping it today? I mean,
Hamel was already up masturbating, says Stephen Rockwood. In the house. Hey Noah, that trading card piece you did, that's looking great. I saw it on Twitter just earlier.
Mike, you sound really far away. Is it just me?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, have I got the wrong? Oh, it's because I've got. Okay. There you go. How's that better? Is that better?
I mean, yeah, that's good.
That's better or worse, depending on which way you look at it.
Where were you, Banker, if we paid tribute? Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Good Stuff. Yeah, you guys did your new show today. I've been getting slammed at work. I'm back at work after a big long break, so it's just, got 200 emails. it's right back into it. I apologize. I'll go back and watch the replay maybe tomorrow morning. All right. Okay. Lots of chats here. Great to see everyone here. Mrs. Good Stuff says, "I love you, Camel Baby."
I love you too.
He's spoken for. He was sharing pictures of his wife.
I have many Comics Gate girlfriends. I can use another. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing pictures of my wife. That's right, because no one believes me.
Well, she could have been your rehabilitation person from the wheelchair. So
I don't see why she can't be both.
Stoneman says, "Yeah, this has to be better than Ethan reviewing Shane's debate." Look, each to their own. If that's what you're into, listening to Nerdette talk about, I think it was, I don't know, mainstream comics. Yeah. What are you up to tonight, Camel?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 20 AI pics to show you that I'm going to turn into NFTs.
Oh, excellent.
So I thought that could be fun. Great.
Yeah. Great.
Cool.
So, well, let's go EFAP Ethan.
I think you'll like him. It's like a lot, it's all about like figuring out the right like words to use, and I think you'll be interested. I think it looks cool. If not,
dropping by the
cool.
second.
It is a bit 2 weeks ago though. Just
I know. NFTs are forever, guys.
I have what the F is wrong with your hand? This hand? Because it's half black. This is my fancy drawing glove, Shaggy Bear. I have I counted through. I've got 35 panels that I have to make fit into the format of the book, and I want to get these 35 panels done by this time next week. So I'm setting myself a little mini goal. So I'm going to try and get as many as I can of those done tonight. And yes, I'll just be jumping from panel to panel. Hopefully, that's what we're going to be doing. Mo says he's going to recap the debate for everyone. Okay, Apple sales are up big, as long as you also count orange sales. Yeah, but most of those are the orange sales. You're comparing apples and oranges. It sounds riveting. There's nothing that I like more than a debate on the internet about semantics.
I hate oranges.
Nothing more riveting.
I hate debates.
Phil asks, I don't like them either. I prefer the circle jerk. And I'll watch both.
What are we talking about?
People who agree with each other, they bounce a little bit off each other. They might disagree here and there, but then they can really, they're in their element, they're in their safe space. They can talk with each other. I'll watch that, and then I'll watch the other one, the opposing view, and then I'll make up my own mind. Debates, they don't really do it for me.
Well, what annoys me about debates is that the people that are debating try and put it in like the most difficult to understand terms, right? If you want to get your point across, you have to try and make me understand. So it's got to be simple and it's got to be to the point.
Well. Look, I mean, it's all. I find that topic just incredibly uninteresting. Anyway,
what were they even talking about?
There was comic sales and stuff like that.
Oh.
The mainstream stuff. There's a video I just came across. It was a 40-minute video on why Comicsgate is awful. It came out just about a week ago, and very quickly it was just like the same old stuff. Ethan made a joke 4 years ago, sort of stuff.
Why did you make the video, Mike?
I didn't make the video, but I found it. I was like, it's just
it's his other account. It's an alt account.
Yeah. Sumo for $5. Thank you. He says Malin could have used you and Rob on his stream. They were watching Roo attacks and failed hunting with boomerangs.
It was painful.
What about me, Sumo?
Really? That sounds good.
Because we weren't there.
Yeah, we weren't.
And I can hear myself.
I was in the chat. I made a few comments. I super chatted. I backed the book. I think I did my part. What's it up to, by the way?
Does it annoy you?
Yes, it's
It's
really
a little. I think it
can hear
annoys the
myself.
audience.
Damn it! It kind of anyway. It's annoying to draw with these things in.
Just
Need to
go
get some
one, man. Just go
wireless-
one.
Yeah, that's what I do. The future. Just one.
He makes it so hard on himself.
Just takes
And
one,
me.
guys. Just takes one.
Hang on, I'll put it in here.
Oh, don't do that. That's a bit weird. That's so much better.
Ordinarily, it says Mo, Nerdette sounds like she smoked 3 cartons before a stream. This time, I think she downed a full bottle of absinthe.
Hmm.
I must admit, I'm not never listened to Nerdette, so I don't know anything about it. But
I didn't know what a nerdette was.
well, she's got a channel.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys have. Here's what. Should I say this? This might be a little bit of drama. I don't know.
Is
Simps.
it racist?
No, it's not racist. No. Like it's the same thing with this video that I found yesterday. These guys, they have decent channels. 10, 20, 30,000 sub channels. But then I check their videos and they're only getting a couple hundred views on their videos. And they're all complaining about Comicsgate, who
Cool.
like a guy like Lord Crackhead with 500 subs gets the same amount of views. Rob gets the same amount of views.
He had 100 people in there the other day.
Yeah,
Crackhead.
I've got almost 3,000 subs, and I get double the amount of views that they're getting. It's like you're complaining about this group, saying, "Oh, these group are the worst. Comicsgate, they suck. They're irrelevant." Da da da. But the platform you're complaining about, it doesn't quite match up. Thank you, Mr. Von Sturgel. That's a good idea. I didn't know if Camel wanted to share his NFTs, but I don't know.
Oh, I'll show them. Don't screen grab them. They're mine.
Good stuff says, was it a master debate?
Master debater.
Thank God, Bancroft. When did you learn how to draw?
Recently.
Ago.
He's been faking it this whole time.
Mel's
drawing.
been very busy.
Good stuff. Mrs. Good stuff says, because Lord Crackhead is phenomenal.
He is. He runs
It's a
a tight
tricky
ship. It's
word.
a good show.
That's a tricky word, Mike. I'd be scared to say it as much as you do, because I know it would trip me up.
But you have a little bit of a I don't know if it's a lisp or it's just a something in your, I don't know.
Wow, thanks, Mike.
Just I'm not saying it makes you less of a man, Rob. I'm just saying,
That's what
doesn't help.
daggers feel like.
Mm.
So, Camel, this is the stuff where the internet does it for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to be really good. Otherwise, the internet gives you garbage. You have to know what words to use, and you need to know what order to put them in. And you have to have a good eye for it, because I can't tell you how many hundreds of them I scrapped, because I was like, that's no good. So I made this one. This one I made available to anyone who became a member of Camel Knights on YouTube. And then I made,
How much are these
this one.
NFTs going for?
Oh, probably $1,000 each.
For real?
Yeah, got to make them high. Otherwise, no one thinks they're worth it.
Fair enough.
And then I made this one.
Where do you sell NFTs? I don't know how it all works.
There's a couple of sites. I made this one. I made this one with a clown.
Bancroft's
making us
ruined the whole
hackless?
stream.
I made
What's
this
that?
one. I'm just gonna say I made this one every time I got to a new one. I made this one.
It's the NFTs that Camel Moon rejects that make Camel Moon's NFTs the best.
Oh, interesting.
Do they have that over there?
I don't know. Do you guys have John West?
I don't know who that is.
Is that,
Uh,
they don't know that
Shuna.
brand?
This one came out pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, that is good.
This one came out kind of cool.
I'll give you
Oh, I made
$5
this-
for the lot.
I made this for you, Bancroft. My ivory tower.
Oh, that's so true.
That's where I live. This one's actually my favorite. I think that one came out cool. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like a woman or a statue or something.
Yeah, it looks like a woman with like a skull face.
I made this one. And oh, I like this one too. It's like a crystal angel thing. And then I made some more abstract ones.
How much time have you spent on these?
Oh, I don't, an hour, 2 hours. And I made this one. And I made this one. And this one. We're almost at the end, don't worry. And this one. I like this one a lot. This kind of reminds me of the Matrix. And this one. This is the last one. There you go, everybody. Cool. I don't know if you're being facetious or not, but I thought they were very cool.
I mean, they look cool. I didn't know if I would spend any money buying an NFT with them, but
I'm the one who made them. They were made by Camel Moon. That's got to mean something.
I understand.
They came from my pushing buttons on $1,000 each, guys. I got about I don't know, 22 here. So that's $22,000.
Mo says
lying around.
I'll sell you on it. Camel Knights is possibly the best show in CG. At least out of all the shows, I can only stand to watch for 10 to 15 minutes before leaving.
Thank you. We try very hard.
Yeah, too bad about Surab last time, but hopefully he'll come back and we'll be able to watch some with him.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. But Buffalo Khan says, who's buying NFTs for $1,000? People are buying NFTs for $5,000, $8,000.
People are buying them for a lot more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, and
place to invest.
I think Canetti has sold some for a lot of money.
The thing is, and the reason it is worth something, or at least people, think it'll be worth something, is there's only so many NFTs that are available because of the blockchain. Eventually, it'll run out. And there's only a couple billion of them. So it's like once the NFTs. Well, that sounds crazy, but when you think about like money, right? There are trillions of dollars out there. So if you can get in now and then the NFTs are out because the blockchain is up, then it's like, all right, so all of this stuff got minted early enough that now it's going to be considered whatever they want to,
yeah, okay, but can someone explain to me why I can't just make NFTs for $1 each, and then I hold on to them myself and wait for this billion?
Well, what you need to do, from what I understand, now it could just be a grift, but I am Grifter Moon, so that's why I'm involved. From what I understand, you need to sell them so that there is some type of dollar amount attached to it initially, because you might want to sell them later. But if no one bought them early on, then it might not be worth anything, or at least thought to be worth anything, or it could all be worth something later.
This is for your channel members. Would you ever put NFTs on a campaign?
I was thinking about doing that. Yeah, I actually might for Hail Salad, because I'm thinking about making like really special like GIFs, and then you could buy GIFs? That one. Like like an animated video, like an animated image. GIF.
So yeah, Von Stugel has a really good point here. He says the debate seems more interesting than blockchain. Got to agree with you there, Von Stugel. Holy moly!
Well, you asked a question.
Oh, no, I didn't. Bancroft did. It's all Bancroft's fault.
I haven't minted anything. I don't really know. I haven't done it yet. I'll tell you guys if I go through with it, because you have to sign up for Ethereum, and I'm not signed up for that. So it's like, if it's worth more of a hassle, or if it's more of a hassle than it's worth, then I'll wait. I won't waste my time.
Who's this Bancroft?
Who's who?
The chick.
That's Ella. She's put her hair up.
Oh, is she watching the interaction between those two dudes from a couple of weeks back? So what's happening?
The two dudes. What? Gilgamesh and Enkidu.
Yes.
Well, considering that took place, God, 5,000 years before she was born, probably not.
Mm,
But
maybe though.
no, she finally got dressed. You know, she was running around t-shirt and underwear. She's like, I better put on some clothes if I'm going to go on an adventure. Pretty much.
That's good of her.
Yeah.
Is
mean-
it?
Thoughtful. And now these are, because like I said, these are pre-existing friggin' panels that now I have to redo the perspective lines on a bunch of these because I'm of course I'm an idiot. I didn't save any of that stuff.
Mo says the debate over NFTs reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Bart learns to mediate. What is the sound of one hand clapping? Bart then claps his fingers against his palm. Got nothing for Mo Bancroft on that.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Mo.
No, I do.
Just ignoring him.
I
Tommy says,
I really don't want to reignite the NFT discussion. That's all. It seems to be a bit of a snooze fest.
Tommy says, what I have seen on Twitter that NFT hate is very fresh and new. Good addition that the hate small indie comic creators get. Very versatile and energetic. All right.
I think people are, they talk shit about it because they don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And it seems like
we had the same thing on this channel. I mean, it's kind of like take it or leave it, though. I did a whole show on it. It's the same a bit with Bitcoin back in the day, sort of around, when did Bitcoin first become a thing? Like, that people were talking about late
2013,
early
2012,
2010s.
I don't think it was even around then.
I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, I wish I probably had listened a bit more closely, but I didn't. So
I had asked a friend in 2013 if I should get into it, and he said no, and that was it was like $100.
Well, as well, you had to kind of forget about it because people bought it. People bought a buttload because I'll get $20 worth, and that was 300 bitcoins or whatever it was. And then someone would tell them, hey, did you see Bitcoin is worth like, I don't know, $15 now? And they go, what? And they can make a couple $100 profit, so they sold it.
You see the guy who bought $40 worth of pizzas with he had 200 bitcoins?
I was just gonna say that. Unbelievable.
He's like, that sounds good.
Could you imagine?
I would much rather never have been involved.
Oh yeah.
Then that's like suicide fuel,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have something a bit like that, a story. Maybe not quite as bad, but I knew who Banksy was when other people didn't. He wasn't really a household name. And I knew he was in town. He was in Melbourne. He was leaving some stencils around Melbourne. And I went to school in Paran, and he stenciled up on a building site. They put up just plywood to cover the building site. He stenciled a rat going down on a parachute onto this wooden thing. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, it's on something I can take. I'm going to come back tonight and grab that. And I just didn't. And then the next day I drove past it again. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I should really go do that. And I went and I checked it out. I actually walked, 10 minutes to go see how it came off. It was like Allen keys. I've got Allen keys. I know how to get this off. A week goes by. Oh, I really need to drive in and get this at night. You know, I've got to come in at like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. No one's around, and grab it. And then, you know, a week goes by and then it disappears. And I go, I missed out. I should have grabbed that. Oh, well. And now, you know, these things sell for, I don't know how many millions and millions of pounds. It's a real like, I probably should have gotten that.
What a loser.
Sumo's talking about the shredded one. Well, the shredded one went up in value after it got shredded because it got stuck. So now it's like half shredded and it's a big story. So it instantly became worth more.
Jacob says a rat going down on a parachute. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I thought it was going in a different direction as well.
Did you guys know that famous Banksy rat?
Oh, mate. We all don't live in mansions looking at fine art, Bancroft.
It's street art, Rob.
Banksy.
Graffiti. It's like stencil art.
Yeah, you got me there, to be fair.
It was totally it was the biggest L. Art dealer asks, "Where did you acquire that piece, sir?" I say, "Does it matter? Like, how much are you going to give me for it?"
I looked up Banksy rat. He has a bunch of rats. Which one was it? What was he doing?
On a parachute.
Oh, a parachute. I don't see a parachute.
Mm.
Oh, there you go.
Are you
a
sure?
one of a kind.
Are you sure it was a Banksy? Maybe it was a
yeah. No, it was. It was a Banksy.
It was a Ratsy.
He was around at that time. He did some pieces at a popular sort of alternative club / restaurant / hangout place in Paran. He did a bunch of stencils in the lanes around Melbourne, which are known for their street art, and the council ended up covering them in perspex. And I think he had people come back and destroy the purse. I don't know, some weird stuff.
Well, the very famous stencil, apparently. Oh, wait, he has a couple. There's there's different.
There's
ones
loads
here.
of them.
Yeah.
Bancroft posting his L's.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you can't get through life without having a story of that time. You know, you could have, if you had have known, you know, you could have invested in something.
I don't know if I have anything that bad.
That story. Oh, look, it's flipped. That's interesting. So he looks angry, Bancroft. Wow, you got good at inking too, dude. What's going on?
I just kept doing it. Yeah.
So he's upset with her. Why?
He's trying to, this whole time, he's trying to get through her head the seriousness of the situation that she's in. I remember at the end of Waking Dream, she did that whole thing where she, you know, kind of sent herself to in the middle of the street in London and everything. She's still not really buying all the stuff that he's telling her. And meanwhile, he's kind of along the way getting her away from these elements who are out to snatch her, essentially. But he's just this frustrated. He's as frustrating as she is because he talks in riddles and that annoys her. So they annoy each other.
Von Strugel says, debates, NFTs, Banksy, a really good early contender for worst stream of the year. Jacob says, Bancroft, we were watching videos of your homeland on Malin's channels. Kangaroos, damn arseholes. Dude, I hate kangaroos. I actually hate kangaroos.
What do you hate about? Why do you hate kangaroos?
They're really, really stupid. Like, I've had one hit the car. I've had one cut up my dog. Like, they're a plague, and everyone's like, "Oh, the kangaroos are so cute." No, they're not.
Yeah, I
They're
was
not
watching
cute
a
at all.
video about koalas. Apparently, they have smooth brains, which means like they don't really. Then they may not even be fully conscious.
Oh,
They're
interesting.
they're just stupid.
Yeah.
They just do what they're kind of born to do, which is eat, sleep, and.
Are cats like that? I kind of feel like my cat's like that.
No, cats. I think cats are.
John was saying that we should make a comic about kangaroos. Like Rob or Bancroft needs to have a story about that. I've got a story about kangaroos that I want to write eventually. And it's like one of them finds a magic lamp and transports all the kangaroos to Africa. I think that would be highly entertaining. Watching all the kangaroos get killed. I mean, don't all agree with me at once.
I don't think that's a kangaroo's wish. That's your wish.
Yeah, he wishes for something more exciting in his life. He doesn't know that the lamp's cursed.
Yeah.
Oh, Mobig says, the only way this stream gets worse is if Bancroft invites Andy Smith or we find out Star Trek NFTs are a thing. God damn, Mo.
Ooh.
I'm trying to be productive. I'm not terribly productive on these things.
Sumo says, so do they automatically die in Africa? Well, you got to think, like in Australia, we really have no predators that kangaroos have to face. Wild dogs, dingoes, but they're really small in number. Like you go to Africa, you got lions, cheetahs. What else you got? You've got hippos. I just think it would be a highly entertaining read.
Have you ever been
Hippos
on
are fuckers.
a kangaroo cull?
No.
Sounds like you'd be interested.
Well, I don't hate them enough to kill them myself, but I mean, I'm happy to watch. I'm happy to watch other animals do it.
I would. I'd go shoot them.
Blood sport?
Zaid says, super racist, Rob. Am I?
Are you being racist on my channel, Rob? I won't have that.
Woodrose
Be
says,
racist on his own channel.
I agree. Send all the kangaroos to Africa. I mean, that would be entertaining. Jacob says, I'd pay big money to watch a kangaroo punch a lion in the face.
See, kangaroos fascinate me because they're like, they stand upright. They have arms. Like, I feel like you could be friends with one. Hang out.
No. I don't know of anyone who's got a pet kangaroo that actually does. Like,
What if you got it?
People keep wombats. They're a bit dog-like, I think.
Yeah.
But kangaroo? Nah.
Well, what if you just got to one early enough, like when it's young?
Why would you want to?
I'm saying because they're kind of cool. You hang out with it. It's like a friend who doesn't talk back.
Dean says Rob is forgetting one important detail. Kangaroos can swim and they will attempt to drown predators. Yeah, but can you drown? Are you going to be able to drown a lion? I don't think so.
Oh no, the lions will eat those things up. It would be like the best thing that's ever happened to them.
Yeah. And I mean, can you just imagine it? All the roos get teleported to Africa and they're just like, oh, what's going on? And then like they're looking around the savannah and they're like, what the is that thing? And then there's a lion and crocodiles. Mate, it'd be great. Raiden says, do Australian furries gravitate towards roos? This is a question for Rob. No.
Yeah, Rob.
Maybe.
What do Australian furries do? You'd know.
You think it would be pretty koala focused if it was an Australian furry situation?
No, we have a lot of cute animals that I reckon freaks would love to dress up as and do weird things.
So he says,
mother.
Rob, if you made this book, we wouldn't see one kangaroo until issue 5.
What was behind that decision, Rob? If you don't mind,
Mate,
divulging?
people need to go through some stuff. Like I've said this before, you can't just have a radioactive spider turn up and bite the person and they've got superpowers straight away. My people need to face some real life stuff. Some real adversity, Michael.
They need to get their shit chopped off first.
Yeah, like they have to go through some stuff. Mo wants you to get a wallaby. Camel.
That was for camel.
A wallaby.
Mm.
Yep. It's like a small kangaroo.
Oh, I could do that. I don't know. Would they allow it here?
I mean, we have so many. We kill them. I can't imagine. Like we eat them, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to export them.
They eat camels. You know that?
You should hope so.
When they're not in beauty contests.
Because Phil says, I think Stan and Ditko showed that you can have a radioactive spider show up in issue 1. Well, yeah.
I was about to say that, Phil, but then I thought I don't even know if Rob knows about that character. But yeah, you know that he is Spider-Man very quickly in that book.
Mm.
They don't. It wasn't even the people think Amazing Fantasy 15. Yeah, it's not an epic tome.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like you can do it that way. I just didn't want to. Like, I think there's more value if the person has to wait. That's just the way I see it. Are they tasty? They're very gamey. They taste like other gamey meats. Like I think deer. Deer's gamey, isn't it? Camel, you eat that over there.
They probably taste like camel.
I'm trying to think of something that's gamey. Rabbit, maybe?
Rabbits,
I don't know.
Rabbit's very fatty, I think. Isn't it?
Oh. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, maybe I haven't had enough to say what anything tastes like, but I don't know if I've ever had anything very gamey.
It's like dick, I hear.
Fuck.
How do you know?
But you've never had kangaroo. You've never had kangaroo, Bancroft.
What? I've had plenty of kangaroo.
Oh, you've had plenty of dick.
None of that.
What does kangaroo taste like? Like chicken? Like
no, it doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes like
no. It's very dark meat. Very dark.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's almost. What's that? Maroon. Oh yeah. I don't like it. We tried it for a while, and I say, why are we putting ourselves through this?
Yeah, but like I mean, like when you got chicken and lamb, there's no reason to go kangaroo. Like you do it once for, you know, the whole we just ate kangaroo to try it kind of thing. But I mean, yeah, it's no real meat, that's for sure. Mobig says Australia has strict laws against exporting their local fauna. Cockatoos are considered a pest in Australia and sell for thousands of dollars in the US. They truly hate money. We have lots of cockatoos here.
We have lots of stupid laws as well.
Well, yeah, we do. We do. Venison is gamey. Dean says kangaroo is like the worst steak you'll ever have. Yeah, I got to say, it's probably been like 10, 15 years since I've actually had kangaroo. It's been a long time.
Are there people who genuinely like it, like can't stop talking about it?
No.
No.
No, they tried to push it for a while, and it didn't take.
Stephen Rockwood says you don't kill kangaroo for the meat, you kill them for the pleasure.
Fuckers.
So she looks angry again, Bancroft.
Because he's very
Is this like
Infuriating.
is this like you and Mel? Are constantly annoyed at you, you saying stupid shit.
It's not all yelling. There's other things happening.
Now she's whipping him with a rope. Is that what's going on?
No, this is you remember the guy? Remember the guy in those scenes? Like it's like Roman times. His whole the family, all the children get murdered.
Oh yeah, that's the only part I remember.
He he's kind of hit rock bottom after that. So he's finds a length of rope.
Moses
takes it out to a
Bancroft,
tree.
Could you read that sound effect aloud?
Crack. How's that? Where's that sound effect? There's a weird thing happening here.
So, Graveyard Shift Volume 4 launched today.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
it up to? It seems to be going pretty damn well.
I might bring it up on screen. Yeah, I mean, 671 backers, 91,000 Australian dollars. It's crazy. Does it blow your mind, Camel?
$91,000 in a day, Rob.
The last time I made $91,000 in a day. I guess that was that time. One time. Does it blow your mind, Camel, that like campaigns can do this? Like whenever it happens, I'm always like kind of in awe and shock that people can do this.
At this point, not as much. I mean, I'm happy that it's continuing. I think that's definitely a good indicator. But I don't want to say like I'm used to it because it hasn't happened to me. But at the same time, I'm actually more impressed when it happens with maybe a smaller name.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh wow, that guy was able to get 40K. I mean, John is, he's the top 4 guys here, but everybody else is like, oh wow, you were able to get that in that amount of time. That's very impressive. So,
what about you, Bancroft?
I was looking at the kind of crowd numbers and everything. John always likes to point out that he's getting close to the top of the currently available backer pool.
Yeah.
Without sort of stepping out and finding new people. He was saying he was hoping for, it'd be great to finally break into the 300,000 range because that's where no one else has really gotten without being Ethan. So that's why it would be like guys like us, we have so much room to grow. But then obviously the closer you get, the less room you have to grow unless you're somehow able to at the same time branch out.
Yeah, so you're saying he's got to pull in new people soon.
Well, he can get by on this, but he was also saying, if he can make it into those 300,000 range, that sort of, I mean, that's a real viable business at that point.
Most says, I'm so happy Jose's on Graveyard Shift. The prophecy was true. Crack Pack just keeps getting higher. I can't believe how strong they've become, Bancroft.
The Crack Pack?
Yeah, people tried to shut them down, but it only fueled their fire and made them even more powerful.
Well, that's what Palpatine did.
I'm gonna.
Everything is proceeding according to my design.
I'm gonna back this right now because I want to back it on a stream. What did you go with, mate? What did you back?
I backed the normal cover, the standard cover.
This one?
I do really like John's cover. But
so this one is this what you backed?
Yeah. But I also no, I got the supplemental as well. I also I'm kind of miffed at myself that I didn't get the original, so I didn't want to make that mistake again.
Yeah. Zaid Phil says, just back your book, your copy of your supplemental. Is that what you're talking about? I'll probably back the Blood Bag. I think probably is what I'll do.
I've been backing too much lately. This is like the third book in a week, so this will be it for me for probably a month. But you know, it's Graveyard Shift first day. I'm happy to back now to give John the best help. Give John the best send off, the best launch.
Send off.
John is he's one of my absolute locks when he does a campaign that I will back. There's only like 2 or 3 people that I can say that for.
I was hoping to see more Jose art.
There's not much
John's
on
always
there.
like he doesn't like putting much on the campaign. He gets annoyed when you have to scroll down. Look, his actual perks go down further than the content. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't, do you?
I would prefer to see a couple more Jose pages. Maybe they'll come up.
What about you, Camel? Do you have any locks that whenever a creator that you love or you like a lot or their work's awesome launches a campaign, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna back them? Or is it a case by case for you every time?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's case by case. Sometimes it's just how much money I have available to. I'm going to mess his name up. He makes Perfect 10. Dave Brink, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like his art, and so I think he's on issue 3, and so I get that every time I see it. I have this here, which I showed a couple days ago. Like anytime Ethan does one of these unforgettable tales, I pick that up. Oh, I'll put it back. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. Cool. I mean, and it's like just great quality, so I like that stuff. Let's never back. I don't even know where I am. I don't know.
What about you, Mike?
And
people in chat, you can tell us if you've got any locks.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. I get swept up in things. I want to get involved.
Yeah, I've got to stop watching like launch day streams because I end up backing stuff when maybe I should have waited a little bit. I get caught up really easily.
I do wish I got the Romulus book, but I didn't.
Godlike.
So, yeah. But you know what it is? I mean, it's not a great answer, but I didn't really like the cover. I think for me, I really have to like the cover. Like that's like for me, that's the biggest selling point. I mean, maybe the inside art's great, but I don't know. I look at the cover, I see the cover as like a movie poster, and I don't know. It just didn't speak to me a whole lot. So I was like, you know what? He always does like a re-release with a new cover. I was like, maybe I'll like the second cover more.
That's why I always say you should have 2 covers because. Art's very subjective. One person will like one cover and someone will not like that cover. Like that cover Ethan got from Jay Lee. I loved that cover. I thought that was awesome. But there was some guy on Twitter who goes, I hate this cover. I'm like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. It's art.
And I think, like, for example, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I think the cover that John did was great. I don't know. I was kind of like whatever about it. So it didn't mean that I thought it was bad or anything.
Didn't John say that the shipping's cheaper if you sign up to the mailing list, Bancroft?
Yeah, I think he said it was like 17 or something like that.
Is that only on select tiers or is that all the tiers?
Don't know. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just backed it. I could have gone through and gone through some emails and stuff to see if I could save a couple of bucks on shipping. And I was like,
I swear you said thanks, Malin, for the shipping was really cheap.
yeah, no,
That's
it was. It was. I mean, no, it was reasonable.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say it was like super cheap, but it was reasonable.
Phil says I always
there have been a couple that I went on and I looked at, and it was like $45 on a $20 book or something.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. I mean 2025 is probably the absolute max, unless like you're getting heaps of stuff that I'd be willing to pay shipping. It's just too much. Zaid says I always back books Rob Willis does interiors of. Michael says case by case, but there are some creators I will always take a look at. I mainly look at subject matter now more than creator. Probably the other way around, honestly. Probably look more at creator than subject matter. Gosh, you guys are making this hard work today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like talking to a brick wall.
Brick walls can be interesting.
Can they?
Backing books with Rob Willis interiors is a very zen experience, says Mo Biggs. You actually sent me a tweet, a DM about this today, Rob. Rob is a very impressive artist.
Oh yeah,
Rob Willis.
Not me.
Rob
Willis.
Seriously impressive. And then I sort of think his talents are actually, his talents and time is actually wasted on trying to do interiors. Interiors are a slog. They're a grind. In doing interiors is about trying to figure out economical ways to make the art look good, but get it done.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like that. It's essentially like the exact opposite of what I see him doing on all of his cover pieces and stuff like that.
That's the piece there. He's absolutely ridiculous. I think he's one of the best artists going round. But yeah, I mean, what can you say? Like, he's got to get Shinobi Sasquatch done, and I don't know how that's going. So, but art-wise, he's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look at that thing. Sick.
Speaking of Rob Willis covers, have you heard anything back from John?
He said Wednesday, mate. So, what's it? Monday today. We'll see in a couple of days where it's at, and then
what's happening?
Shipping, Camel, shipping comics.
Oh,
so
yeah. Rob's going with the printer that I ended up going with in the end.
Okay.
For my book. His name's John. He's very helpful. He hand delivered Rob his proof the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. That looked great.
Oh, cheers, man. Mo says, are my copies going out first? You have to talk to the wife, Mo. I'm not sure how she wants to do it, but she's in charge of it this time, so that's going to be fun. Stephen Rockwood says, comics, mate, that's what's zen about it. You just put your money out into the universe and release it forever.
We talk about NFTs? What are we talking about?
No, he's talking about Mo backing books with Rob Willis interiors. Is a very zen experience.
Can you still back that book? Is it still available? Or is the campaign closed?
Oh, I don't know. You can have a look.
Now would be the time to back it.
Why are you saying that? Hang on.
Well,
Yeah,
because you know
still
you're
open.
only- still open.
Let's have a look at updates.
1,652 backers.
It's crazy, isn't it, man? Like, it's nearly more than us combined.
Those are the
Ooh.
wild west days of CG, though. So you could show up with a dream and a cover, and just make magic.
I did that.
All right, I'm back.
If you had done that,
716.
if you had done that a year earlier, Camel, somehow,
Uh-huh.
I wonder how much more you would have made.
Oh yeah. Well, Hail Salad would have been much different if I came in a year earlier.
Very true.
There'd be people that were in there that are definitely not in there now. I feel like for the most part,
Well, there's
everyone
plenty of
who's
people
there,
in there.
that are still around. Yeah, like Wanger is the only one who kind of went MIA, but everyone else is still there. They're still prominent in Comicsgate. If I had come in 2019 or 2018, yeah, there would have been, Antonio Bryce and Critias and a whole bunch of other people that like, oh yeah, Smiller would have been like more of a, less of a villain.
Maybe we would have missed out on Liam.
Yeah. You know what? It was perfect when it came out. I would not change any of that.
That was very ballsy, Camel. Did you feel pressure to not do that?
Oh, what's that?
The whole Liam part of the Camel Hail Salad. No.
Nope. No. I've said this publicly. When it comes to comedy, never ever pull your punches. If people get, hurt, then they got to learn to deal with it. And the same goes for me. If you want to be here, if you want to be in a public space, learn how to deal with satire. I'm not gonna, go easy on you because, you got your fucking cooch all in a twist. I think that's ridiculous.
Cooch. Yeah, I just backed Graveyard Shift back at 716. I picked up what did I get actually? I got the 3-pack. I think it's the
You
blood
just
bag.
did it. How can you not remember?
I don't remember. I think it's the blood bag that I got. So he's up to 680 backers, which is pretty crazy.
How's your father? Asked what happened to Wanger.
Wanger was a little outspoken on certain issues with his campaign and felt that the issue wasn't necessarily with his art, but more the people promoting it, and that didn't go over well with a lot of CG people.
The way I remember it, Wenger had a hit show. He used to get, 80, 90 people watching. He'd do it 2 or 3 times a week. It was very fun. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was on it.
And then other people started streaming at the same time he was streaming, and he noticed a dip. That happens.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable. He seemed to take that personal, like it was a personal slight on him, done on purpose, because it all came at the same time when no one was really helping him very much promote his new book. What was it? Aldrake? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
And that was a big difference in art from what was it, Super Harem to Aldrake?
I don't know. Sure. Tell it how it is, guys. Sorry.
How's your father says an EVS is streaming right now? Yeah, and that's the thing, man. People stream over people.
Yeah,
sometimes it's not intentional most of the time.
Ethan has one show that's scheduled. Everything else is just whenever
Yeah.
he feels like it. So if you're going to stream within CG, you just have to get used to that.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
happens.
you also have to get used to the fact that some people are just they're gonna schedule your stream over the top of yours. I mean, you got to build your own ones. You got to offer something different. I mean, if I said, "Oh, screw it, Rob, we're not going to just sit here and talk NFTs and kangaroos. Let's EFAP Shane's thing." You know, that would probably be an even worse idea, because now we're directly competing with what Ethan is doing, and we ain't gonna win. So just figure out if you're going to stream against people, figure out a way to offer something slightly different. It doesn't have to be better. We know that for sure. But just something slightly different, because people have different tastes. Like, I remember it still happens, actually. It still happens when I load up the chat. When I load up a show on Thursday night, I'll get someone in the chat saying, "What? You're streaming against the Jack Show? You've been doing it for
Years.
nearly 2 years now."
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we do. You know, there's people who aren't interested in watching the Jack Show. They want to watch something else.
Yeah, and like different shows for different people. Like I'd prefer to go to a smaller show where I can give the person running it shit and have them read it out and maybe get a laugh. I enjoy that kind of thing, but not a huge fan of going to shows that have like 500 plus people, because I mean, you're going there for the show. I guess I'm going there for the chat interaction more.
So Wanger, yeah, here we go. Mosak, he hired an artist. Yeah, it was Joe Ball on Super Harem, and then he tried to sell his art on Aldrake, and it just didn't get the same response. It didn't, for how the book looked. I thought it actually didn't go that terrible, but it was quite a dip from Super Harem, and that in conjunction with streaming over him and everything, and all of a sudden he was getting 30 people. Yeah, he didn't respond well to that, and he did a video, and then it was all cool though. People were like, I still like Wanger. I mean,
Yeah,
he had
I mean,
a bit of a public tiff, but yeah,
I still, I remember when it all happened, and people in the chat on Ethan's stream, they were like, how is this going to affect Hail Salad? And I didn't want it to affect it. I was like, I liked him as a character, and I kept him in there, and he's still in there. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but he just, he decided that was it for him. Though. Maybe we should do a retrospective one day on all the shows that we've lost. Do you guys remember Rot 10 Glory?
Remember?
No. Oh, yeah.
You don't remember Rot 10?
No,
he used to stream black background, black t-shirt, and he'd just be a floating head, and he would put himself in monochrome, black and white. And he used to do a pretty similar stream to what I do. He'd get people on, they would chat a topic, and
so
then
that's where you stole the idea from. He built your show.
Steal it from someone.
No, I think it was actually the opposite way. And his issue initially was he used to get really drunk, like crazy drunk on stream. He came onto my show. He fell asleep twice, like passed out.
Click.
But yeah. Rot 10 was the Joe Biden of wrench inflation, says Mo.
Timothy says, I miss EVS and Zach streaming together. Aren't they doing a stream soon? I saw something pop up on my YouTube.
I don't think so. Not from what I heard.
No,
I'm listening to Zach again, and I'm enjoying it. I'm liking his videos. He doesn't seem
Zach.
like he's gonna be streaming anytime soon. He doesn't speak highly of it.
Never quit, Zach.
Well, I just couldn't. He was just continue on just reviewing mainstream comics, and
Well,
I
see, he
would just
doesn't
sort of
do
dip
that
out
too
of it.
much anymore, though.
No, he doesn't do that at all anymore. He doesn't do it at
Yeah.
all anymore. So I'm back. I'm back, baby. And I think he sounds reinvigorated.
Mm. You know, you can always show my screen, Rob. I am drawing.
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep getting
No,
distracted.
I'm just, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Micah says early CG was full of a lot of bad egos. Slowly weeded those out. You were here from the start, weren't you, Mike? You would know about the egos more than I.
Well, then still plenty of egos floating around. Bad egos. I like pretty much most of the guys who dipped out. I mean, some of them no, but most of them yes.
You're a
I watched their
Critias fan.
shows. There was someone else said, Greater Point 5. They were who I launched on.
Oh, yeah. I like them a lot, actually.
You had a hilarious show on Greater Point 5 that time, Camel.
That was like the first time I was on, yeah.
That was funny as.
Yeah, that was good.
That was when we learned about your neuroses with food.
Which I don't really have. He just happened to name like the two things I thought were terrible.
I mean, but there's been a bunch of shows that I don't know if they're still operating. Obviously there's Adam Post. There's who's the guy with the ponytail now? Drew Ish. There was Captain F Head.
That's nice.
He was funny. He was cool. I liked him. Sometimes these perspective rules don't work, and it gives me the irrits. Well, they do work. I just can't figure them out.
I'd like to see Cecil debate people. I think that would be entertaining.
Why?
Well, he's very intelligent. He's very quick-witted, and he's very funny. He's also knowledgeable about comics. I think he would destroy people and make it highly entertaining. You disagree?
I guess I'm just not that entertained by them. I mean, you did say earlier you don't really care for debates anyway.
I mean, if we're going to do them, I think Cecil would be a good.
I don't think we have to do them. I don't think Shane. I think John was right. I don't think Shane got anything out of it today.
Mm-mm.
He didn't get any more. I don't know if he got the whole bunch of loads more subs.
Why did he agree to it? Was there like an agenda or not really?
No,
she'd just been talking smack in his YouTube comments, and he's like, what are you meant to do? Just ignore these people, let them say whatever they want, which is a really tough, it's a tough position of being. Is what are you meant to do? Just let them say whatever they want, and not actually have your say. I get where he's coming from.
Him.
Yeah, I guess.
I just let them have.
Accounts.
I just let them say whatever they want to say. To speak into the ether.
Yeah.
I don't feel any need to justify my positions or any of that. Like, they can think what they want to think. I think what I want to think. I don't think it hurts anyone that they're saying what they're saying. Shane, he's said multiple times, he doesn't. He thinks that the whole thing of people thinking that people going around saying that we're white supremacists is a big issue. I don't think it's a big issue. I think it's a temporary sort of. I don't even know if it's a setback. It's just like eventually, there'll be a tipping point where enough people will have been called a ism or an ist or whatever, that they're just going to tune out and it won't matter anymore. Because the reality of the situation is so far from that. It doesn't even bear responding to it. It doesn't. You don't gain anything from debating that. But that's not what
It's
they were
also-
debating anyway. So
It's a tough thing to respond to, right? Because it's like, all right, so I say I'm not that, but then they use the argument of only someone who is that would have to go out of their way to say that they're not that. So it's kind of a losing argument. It's like, whatever, man. If you want to believe that, go right ahead. Sure. I mean, at this point, I just embrace it. Like, you're right. Good for me. Sure. I don't care. Yeah. I have 5 different hoods. I wear them all the time.
I start to talk. I want to talk more about, color correction and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
Well, that's
I
the
agree.
thing too. Is if it was
because it's so dumb.
if it was legit, then every single CGer would be thrown off of YouTube if that was actually happening. So it's like, what the fuck are they talking about? There wouldn't be millions of dollars being transferred and hundreds of thousands of subs if there was all like hate streams. I mean, it's so dumb. It's just think whatever you want. I don't care. And you know what?
Yeah, go.
Every time you make money, you're always going to have someone who's going to come after you. It means
It's
you're doing
true.
it right.
It's true. Bullet Ninja says Rob wants internet blood sports. Micro says no. All he did was help that girl raise her profile.
Again, we said this at the start of the show. It's just, I don't know, and this is purely anecdotal, and I don't know if this is a representative of anything in particular, but these people making these arguments, CG is wrong. There's no CG is ist and isms and bigots and blah blahs, and CG doesn't know what they're talking about, and their CG's influence is waning and it's going to disappear. Like all these people seem to have platforms, channels with tens of thousands of subscribers or followers and very, very little engagement. Meanwhile, the CG channels have, like Shane's channel is, I don't even know if it's over 5,000. It probably is, but he gets huge engagement. And there's channels in CG all the way down into the couple of hundred subs who are getting massive engagement. Look at Camel's channel. How many, what did we peak at the other day? 200.
I mean, our video got to, during the video, we got 250 people watching. The video ended up at 2,200, which is amazing for the first 24 hours. And it'll probably track at about 2,800 for the, and again, we don't even have that many subs. We have 2,700 subs. So it's, or 2,800. So, I mean, essentially we're doing 100%, which is pretty remarkable for a YouTube channel. Usually you do about 10 to 20%.
So this is what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not saying that YouTube engagement and subs means you're right. I'm just saying there's a trend here. Correlation, causation, whatever. I feel like, she got a lot more out of that than Shane did.
It was good seeing you on Ethan's the other day, Camel, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. That was, we got to do the Mystery Science Theater thing. And he said after that I should do it again or something. So I guess we'll see how that works out.
Awesome. Mo says, I don't run a channel, so my opinion doesn't carry much weight, but my suggestion for dealing with that sort of person is ignore them. But if you can't ignore them and decide to debate them, take it seriously, prepare and crush their stupid ideas in the debate. Don't half-ass it. Yeah.
Debating is a skill, and I don't know if I have that skill because I've never tried it. But usually with most skills, you don't just come out of the gate good at it.
I find
that's why I have no real interest in it either.
I find that I'm very good at it, but I've noticed that the best way to be good at it is very genuinely just honestly believe what you're saying. It's like it does, for me, I feel like it's just stating facts. I'm not, if you could like remove all emotion from it and just list what's actually happening, especially if they're coming at it from an emotional standpoint, you'll wreck them every single time.
Yeah, but if the person knows what they're doing and knows how to trap you in,
then you call them out on it and you say, this is what you're doing. There's nothing that pisses people off more than when you become a psychologist on their behavior.
It is frustrating though, because like a group of people call us, whatever over and over and over again, and there's not really much we can do about it except take it. We give it back to them. It doesn't really work, so we just have to ignore them. It's kind of bullshit.
yeah, but like we're the ones over here. Rob, you're closing in on 50,000 US on your campaign.
Yeah, no,
that's the win. Who cares about what they're saying?
Exactly.
That's the win. Like, and they'll say, they'll get on their guy who's raised, I don't know, a couple thousand or whatever, and say that you're the one who's irrelevant, and are those guys still around? Ha ha, hardy ha. Meanwhile, they're getting crushed. So I don't know. It's all stupid.
Micah
Shane
said
apparently has 5.8 thousand. I mean, he's really growing. Good on Shane.
Yeah, he's grown. Yeah, he's doing amazing. Micah says, my thing is, I just hate being manipulated, especially when you're playing yourself. These Twitter jerks are blatant with what they are trying to do, so just ignore them. Yep. Green Laser says,
it's like
never
that
argue.
adversity in comics or whatever. I mean, he knows 100% what he's doing.
I'm trying to read these comments, guys.
Sorry.
I'm trying. Bancroft just keeps interrupting me. Never argue with stupid people. They'll drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy says, who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who argues with him? Yep.
Yeah, what always works too, especially if they're like in some circular maze of idiocy. You just say, you're right. Good for you. I mean, I've done that. They don't even know how to respond. They're like, because if they feel like they won the argument, it's like you can continue to have them just, put out this dribble. But it's like, if you're not engaging with them, then, it's almost like they feel like, well, this isn't fun anymore.
Well, at the same time, you can also sort of monetize what they're doing. That Adversity in Comics guy sent out a tweet asking, showing, like, in his opinion, why Comicsgate isn't valid. So I did a stream just laughing at it. We had the ridiculousness of the premise, and so I didn't engage in it at all on any level in any serious way, but then I get a bit of content out of it. That's how I see it.
Junk 666 says, I don't know what was worse, Camel's toast to Kelsey or when he farted on Camel Nights.
Equally awful. Hey, well, here's the thing about the Kelsey toast. The point of the Kelsey toast was that regardless of other people that are attached to that campaign, there were a lot of people who didn't want to back it. And I said that maybe this is something you should back because Kelsey's a part of it. And you know what? Zach came out with a video literally the next day saying the exact same thing. It was a little bit more eloquent than I was.
Controversial here?
It was a joke. I mean, everyone laughed. It wasn't really controversial, but well, you know what? I'll play it next week, and we'll get a good laugh out of it.
Stephen Rockwood says Camel would be very good in the debate. He's a master at it.
Thanks.
master bait. Just let that one work in for you. Green Laser says,
Explain it.
whenever CG drags all the woke drama into their streams, I usually check out. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this like a lot. That I can handle some drama every now and then. It's when it becomes like a constant thing. It's not for me.
I think that's fair.
Rob's dying chromosome. It's a rare occasion where Rob and I are in sync. We both seem to experience a long, slow death on this stream.
People don't come here for fun. They come here to get put to sleep.
Yeah.
On a Sunday night.
Exactly.
At least we know.
No, I didn't catch the debate. I assume it was like, comic sales are up and the opposing was comic sales are down. That's probably what it was about, yeah?
Oh, I don't know. That's what I heard, but I didn't watch it.
Comicsgate is wrong.
Yeah, we're all Nazis.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you for playing. Good night. Bye-bye.
Why aren't you just copying the other rails, Mike?
Because I did the other ones sort
It's
of
not like
manually.
YouTube work.
So
Sumo says, yeah, that was most of it. It's funny, like regardless of whether or not comic sales are up or down, and obviously they're down. It is what it is. Manga's just over there kicking everyone's asses with new IPs, just coming one after another.
do you read manga, Rob?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I read more manga than I do comics, actually.
What do you read?
I read Naruto, Bleach. I'm reading this new one. It's called. They have such wacky names for them. They have one called "The World's Best Assassin Reincarnated as an Aristocrat." It's actually really good. Like it's just they have such zany
Sounds
ideas.
German. That's like what Germans would do with a name. Because it's translated from Japanese or Korean, I take.
Kick Rob. Get the fence brush out, Bancroft says Rob's dying chromosome.
You got a fence brush you can send me, Camel?
No, they make
of
it. Let me
chains
see
on
if I
it.
can find it. Let me see.
No, it's fine.
Well, I want to see if I can find it now. Now I'm interested. I will let you know. Let's see.
Tommy says, does Bancroft have a hidden reference layer or is somehow seeing this wall in his mind?
Well, I mean, it's just a continuation of that building. So
He's using the
You don't
reference
really-
of the actual building that he's on the page.
yeah, you don't really need much. I mean, I would have had a reference when I did it. In fact, I know I did, but
I have it up now if you guys
I mean,
want to
it's
see.
just
So if you want a fence brush, we'll just come over here and
look at that. I mean, how much
Wow.
easier would that be?
or you're like, well, I don't want iron, I want wood. We do wood. There you go.
Camel, you need to make an entire comic out of these brushes.
I think I'm going to. There's definitely going to be a this version of the comic with a bunch of stupid brushes on it. Oh wait, you want something else? Look, with some telephone poles there.
Oh, Phil asked us a question ages ago.
We ignored him.
Yeah, well,
These
you
are
were talking
good. Look
about
at that. Look at that,
NFTs or
Bancroft.
some crap. I don't know. Zaid says, what is the last comic each of you read?
Probably War Party. Yeah.
Mine was Graveyard Shift.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to Graveyard Shift yet. That's probably next on my list.
Any comic or
I haven't read your thing, Rob.
Yeah, any.
I've been reading this terrible Batman 89. That's a disaster.
Oh, D says
War Party was good.
NFTs.
I'm looking forward to the finale of it.
NFTs are an interesting idea. Please don't bring them up again.
Yeah, we don't need to go back.
Maybe he's in the past. Maybe he's watching, from the beginning.
This is late on the
probably.
chat. It
Yeah.
happens.
I've done that. When I first got into CG, I didn't understand how it worked. And I was like making comments for shit that happened 2 hours earlier.
I've got a theory, guys, that I don't think chat hates manga as much as they pretend to.
I don't think they hate manga at all.
Really? Whenever we bring it up, it gets people like, shut up. F that person. No?
I don't know. Like it's more just generic weebery. Is all manga weebery?
Mo says, what? What a manga?
Manga.
Oh,
yeah, I started
God.
saying it like you because that's how you were saying it. I say manga.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Mo Big says, I appreciate that Bancroft doesn't take the easy way out on his backgrounds. His hands may be trash, but his backgrounds are top tier.
Oh, don't worry, Mo. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, there's a hand on this panel that I'm like, Joe's gonna call me out on that for sure. But if I can,
What is this?
copy and paste stuff, I will. But I won't. I never create a background because I think, I don't want to do that. I'll just rather copy and paste it. If I have to draw it, I'll draw it.
Mo says, I was going to point out that we don't pay Rob to think, then Bancroft doubles down on Rob's moronic assertion. There you go.
Oh, well.
Let's go back to Bancroft. Mate, can we move on from this page? I've been on this one a while.
Look, I told you I've got 35 of these things to do. Before I move on to brand new panels and pages. And I want to get them done this week. So I need to get like 5 done a day. And I've already done, hang on a sec, let's look. That's 1 done. That one's scaring me. That's all wobbly. All right, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in relaxation mode now.
A machine. Some person says, who distributes manga in the US? Maybe CG can use them to get more sales. I don't know if they do this. My sister runs a bookstore up in Queensland, and she's getting a manga section, and they recommend it all. Like the manga people, they're like tell her what to stock. Do they do that with comics in the US? Or does she just get everything?
I have absolutely no idea.
Camel?
What's the question?
This wasn't fucking worth it.
I don't know. Do they do something in the US? But do they do what? I don't know.
My sister runs a bookstore up in Queensland. She's getting a manga section, and they are going to recommend all the manga that she purchases. Do they do the same sort of thing? Like the manga people?
The people.
Yeah. The manga.
That's why I couldn't follow you. I was like, who the hell are you talking about?
Whoever the company is, they will tell her what to get.
I mean, I don't know. I've never run a bookstore, but I've never heard of that. I mean, unless it's like a chain bookstore. Like I used to work at a Walden Books. We didn't order anything. We just got whatever the shipment was. But I only worked there for a summer.
Michael says, thank God Bancroft isn't an architect. That's the comment.
What's wrong with my architecture? It's not my architecture. You think I come up with this stuff?
Oh, are you tracing a building?
No, I have this thing here, and I'm just extending it out as I think it should go.
Sailor Moon. Oh.
I'm not above tracing buildings, though. By the way.
I'm above. I don't trace anything.
Well, you don't trace it. Like you don't just stick a photo there and draw over it. You got to use your own sort of perspective rulers and stuff. But I mean, if you're going to draw a building, draw the damn building.
Where are the
I
splattered children? Where are the murdered kids?
We are in a very different time. What the F is going on here? Different time. Different different place, Rob. Ella does not have any children. I don't know if that's a spoiler.
She could murder other people's
She's
children.
childless. She's young.
Chat, if you guys have any questions, please
You
ask.
can show this 2 pages interior I did. Just finished both of these. And they'll go
Awesome.
they'll go like this.
Where's my picture? Why I'm not in this one?
No.
Did I get cut? Camel?
Yeah. I have, you know what? I don't want to give too much away, but I have a great spot for you in the final episode of the cartoon.
Oh, awesome. I hope I get murdered. That'd be awesome.
But you're a baby, Rob. You're a baby
You're a
on the
baby,
floor with
bro.
the dummy in your
You're
mouth. You sure you want that?
You're a little buddy.
Perfect to get murdered. Steven says there's going to be a kid impaled on that fence. Do it, Bancroft. Add the kid.
There will be no
Ali says, I have a
impaled
question.
children.
Do you guys have that Spider-Man cartoon maker program? What's that?
I never heard of that.
My son is obsessed with Spidey and his friends. Obsessed. It's a new sort of 3D cartoon where you got Spidey. That's what they call him. They call Miles Morales Spin, and then there's Ghost Spider. He's obsessed with it. Watches it all the time.
Fallout Zone G. Who do y'all think will have the biggest sales this year? That's a good question.
In CG?
No, in boxing.
Well, I don't know. Because I don't see. I don't know. Depending on how quickly Ethan can get Wrecked Planet out, would he then launch another campaign?
Well, he still has
Yes,
to
he
do the
would.
Rainbow Man.
Oh, yeah, he still has to do the Rainbow the Brute, so he probably
Yeah.
not.
He would launch another campaign. Whether it would be Cyber Frog 3 is a different.
Well, that's
story.
the big money spinner. It could be Malin. I know he's already made. How much has he made already? 60-something thousand in a day.
Let's have a look.
What are you doing
It's
with those
crazy, man.
chains, Camel?
This is for the chain edition. Chains galore. I actually have to change Ethan's hair. Forgot about that.
Yeah, he's up to 67,000 US right now. It's crazy. Let me throw one at you. What about Eric July?
Well, Eric July's got a big channel, but he doesn't have the history behind him of crowdfunding that John has. John's got a big mailing list that he sends out to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really valuable. I don't know if he'll make the same numbers that John is making, but I'm sure he'll go very well. Shane has, he'll be working on Inglorious Rex. So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool if someone could come in who's going to be a big, do big numbers.
Very interesting. Slack says Ripper has people that he can use to platform him. Interesting. D says I have 9 campaigns waiting to drop. That's crazy, man. Von Stugel says, did Wenger not have his Wang in this book?
No, this is kind of a kid's book. I try to make it as, kid friendly as possible. Like, there's gonna be like jokes in there for adults or anything, but you're not gonna get anything graphic like that in this.
Micro says Dale's book will launch this year and absolutely kill it. That will be interesting.
If Dale launches a book, there you go. Yes. Absolutely. Because that's sort of, now you're into legend territory.
Yeah, like that will bring people from mainstream comics. Like that'll bring fans from mainstream comics over here.
It'll be interesting to see how many of them, like, if it goes through all caps, we'll go, what? Oh, no, not Dale Keown. Like, I was on a tweet thread the other day, and people were talking about, I can't remember who, some pro, and his affiliation with CG, and someone said something about Kenneth, and they're like, oh, I'm sure it's just, he did some cover for someone at some point, and he has no idea who it was, and like they have no idea, none. Because they're just not, there's that fog that surrounds Comicsgate for them, so they have no idea what goes on over here. To them, Comicsgate is just Ethan and John Malin and your boy Zach.
I don't know how these people have so much energy to be bothered arguing. Like, damn, get something else to do. Micro says Dale said he's going to try to do 2 books this year: Salamandroid and a secret one. Green Laser says, I want to pit Omnibus oversized. I don't know if that's going to happen based on what Ethan was saying. Like, they'd have to scan it all because there aren't originals.
Yeah, but they can pay someone to do it. That's like busy work. That's like retouching. That doesn't mean you have to redraw anything. You just scan it and then you get someone to pick it out. I mean, it's time consuming, but God, they would make $1 gazillion on it.
They would make a lot of money. Tommy says, I would love to have 2 campaigns up this year. Ali says, good night, everyone. Action figure Bancroft approves of the real Bancroft's wall.
Good night, Ali.
They'll do a pit omnibus. The big issue is that there's no new work for Dale in it. A lot of money in it for Dale, though. Think of that.
Yeah, but if you wanted to make real big money, it's like having new stuff, I reckon. Like a new Pit story.
Yeah, new Pit story. Yeah.
Like he'll make a lot of money off an omnibus, absolutely. But to make some real massive money, new Pit.
Why not both? I think that's the way to go. Zaid says he'll have 2 this year. I got Intense Webs popped in the house. Some persons here. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good question, though. I mean, it kind of comes down to whether Ethan's going to launch anything big. If he's not, it's all pretty close. I mean, Cecil might do a cash grab too. And I think cash grab is currently higher than Graveyard Shift and Godlike. So, I mean, it could be that.
He's gonna get the first one out though.
Yeah, but I think that's going to come soon. Like, I think that will come like in the next month or 2. Fallout Zone says the omnibus followed by a new project equals money. Yeah, that would be crazy. What would you do? Would you do the omnibus first and then like the pit, the new pit, or would you do the new pit first, then the omnibus?
Omnibus first, because then it's someone else doing it while you work on the new stuff. And then, you know, you're a bit more established in the crowdfunding scene, and then you just hit everyone with that goodness.
Do you think that would be the way, like if you're just trying to make money though, if you're just trying to make money, do you think that's the best way? Omnibus first?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know these things, Rob.
Micro, is Antoine still working on a book, Red Empire? I think he's. But where is he? I haven't seen him in ages.
Yeah, Mel asked me where Antoine is the other day, and I had to say I don't know. I haven't heard from Antoine. I usually do. You know, even if he's not in streams, I get a DM from him. Maybe I'll reach out to him and see what's going on there.
Sumo says, "What's up with that index finger, Bancroft?"
That's what I'm talking about. This hand is pretty busted, so don't look at the hand. Hang on a sec. There
it's a mess. Stoneman says, "Isn't
Hang on,
John
let me
doing
see if I can do that.
3 this year? A Graveyard Shift 4 and 5, and Godlike 2." He said he's doing lots. I can't remember exactly what he said he's doing. Phil says, "I want a new pit omnibus. Would be great for I want new pit, but omnibus would be great for fans to catch up with."
Yeah, I've never read any pit. I don't.
Yeah,
I wasn't really into that stuff when I was a kid, so I missed all of that. But since he's sort of re-entered the scene, I must, say he's an amazing artist. So I would definitely be interested in backing anything he wants to put out.
Micro says you put the new pit inside the omnibus.
I think that would probably be a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, lots of people haven't read Pit, man.
I haven't read most things. I mean, it's almost guaranteed if it's there. I haven't read it.
Yeah, but these are people in the chat that actually read comic books, Mike.
Yeah, I've read a lot of comic books, Rob. Not just Judge Dredd either.
And the Phantom. Mobig says, "Omnibus first is a smart play. Draw attention, sell to old fans, get new people interested in the character. Much easier to fulfill, and you can work on the new book while you're selling it." Yeah, that's what Bancroft says.
Yeah.
Phil says, "When people say Image Comics in the 90s had trash stories, Pit was the odd one out. It's actually pretty readable." Sumo says, "I want to see Pit versus Krim." Oh, mate. If Phil got Dal Keown to draw a Pit and he got an artist to put a Krim next to him, he would lose his mind. He would coom everywhere.
Ew. No need to go crazy, Rob.
Be the Coominin.
Coomin?
Coominator. Oh, there we go. Now we don't have to look at her awful hand.
Von Stugel says, "Leave out the Richard Pace Pit. No one wants that." Bullet Ninja says, "Would have to put a tarp down for all the coom."
God. I was thinking about coom earlier.
Why?
The word. The word, how it's sort of taken hold of CG. And, it's a very, adult thing.
Oh yeah.
So Dwarves versus Lions up to 114 backers. Pretty cool.
How much?
114 backers,
nice.
7,158 US dollars. Very interesting campaign, Bancroft.
Mo says clip that. People say that. People like I say all sorts of dumb shit on streams. It very rarely gets clipped.
You need Jeremy. Jeremy actually clips it.
And then I've like, I'll post he'll post it, and I'll post a GIF, of me going, like it's an angry GIF or something, and Jeremy will go, "Oh man, I hope you're." I'm like, dude, I'm just fucking around. Post whatever the hell you want. I know everything that I say on these streams.
The lion looks like he's being combed on.
He's a bit juicy.
He's very juicy. Did you buy this t-shirt?
The phenomenal, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
can't wait to get that.
That's cool. Oh, I like that that hoodie. Very cool. Man, he's put a lot of thought into this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Mo says, Rob, the line will be combed on. The Sonic Coomb move has been unlocked. Has it really? Is that actually a thing, Mo?
Why would he say it if it wasn't a thing?
First Sonic Coomb. It's right there. It's right there. Oh, that's hilarious. How long has the show been going? 1 hour and 47 minutes, Mo. It feels longer, I know. I think Camel's given up. He's just sitting back in his chair.
Sometimes I got to look at the piece I'm drawing and just, make some executive decisions.
We hit 750 backers, Bancroft.
Do I get any cash out of that?
No, I mean, I paid you a ridiculous rate. I gave you a bonus.
It wasn't that ridiculous.
That was pretty ridiculous. I mean,
I wouldn't have done it
if
you hadn't have paid me though, like a decent amount. I wouldn't have done it. So you were kind of your hand was forced.
It was very forced. I had no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully we should get them
ready to release.
Yeah, 750 backers is crazy. I found like I had like a goal sheet for what I wanted. Actually, I've got it. Hang on, let me grab it. It's right here. Put your stuff back up on stream.
Yeah, I've had those things as well, and I mean, I went way beyond into my sort of dream zone where I was just, let's just mess around, and imagine you can get up to this high.
So I do it on a big.
Oh, I
piece
do
of
it on a
paper.
spreadsheet, Rob. I mean,
No.
what the hell is this?
No,
You
this
do it
is
on
good.
children's craft
This is better.
paper that you
This is
steal from your
better.
daughter.
So like 40,000 Australian. Where is it? I can't see it. And 450 backers was one of the goals. Show me your spreadsheet.
I did
Bring
a whole video on it.
Bring up your spreadsheet, mate.
Now, let me have a see if I can find it. I did a whole video on it.
Yeah, but it's crazy though. Like, with 300 backers ahead of that now, and 20,000 in front of that 45k. It's crazy.
Oh my god, where would this thing be? Okay, I got my monthly poker earnings. No, it's probably after that.
Yeah, bring that up. That'll be fun.
No, I'm not bringing that up. Lucent
Bring up your-
engagement.
Bring up
You
your
still
poker
play?
earnings.
Nah.
He's not allowed anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any time. I don't have time for that anymore. Where the hell is it?
Mo says, I was thinking about Coom earlier. I'd do it on a spreadsheet, clip them together.
Comic YouTube shows. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of them that are still there.
So, Camel,
It
when are
must
you
be
telling
around
us
here
what your
somewhere.
show with Mike is?
I don't know. Probably
Is
soon.
that today?
Mike, we should
that
do
today?
a. Is it right now?
Is it right now?
Not right now.
We should do a reveal, like a reveal episode on your channel, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's not
for
like
sure.
the
If you're
full
not-
Monty or
if-
something.
If you're not
Oh, Monty.
booked up.
No, I'm pretty open. This is disappointing. I can't find my old spreadsheet.
Oh.
I did a
If
video
only-
on it.
If only you had a piece of paper that you could
I know.
have lying
I've just
around, you
been
could easily
complaining.
show people. Exactly. Gosh.
Mo says, I was thinking about Coom earlier. I do it on a spreadsheet. Put them together.
Yeah, I just read that to you like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. That's how much I listen.
Oh, I know, right?
But
Sumo
I
says, go, Camel.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Sumo says, is Dwarves versus Lion too much of an inside thing of the crack pack? I'm hoping it gets more of a push in the coming weeks. What do you think?
Could be a bit niche, but I mean, it looks real cool to me. So they're doing really well. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they broke the record for the biggest launch on your channel.
No, they didn't actually. Someone pointed out it actually wasn't.
Who was it?
It
Who
was,
was it?
Viking Wolf.
Oh,
Viking Wolf got 6,000. So they, you know, very respectable. But yeah, Mark Polton.
I think you're both wrong. I think it was me. We hit $10,000.
did you launch on?
Yeah, I
Bancroft?
launched on Bancroft's channel.
Oh,
You're terrible, Bancroft. You're not even.
everyone does forget about you, Camel.
I don't know what it is. People forget I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, all right.
Make a great assassin.
I know.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'll have to go and check that. I mean, check the numbers. If you
I
say
mean, 'cause
it,
I
I'll
know
believe
in
it.
just the first 2 days, Hail Salad hit 20 grand.
Damn.
It's amazing.
Oh wait, maybe that was the first week. First 2 days, I think it was 15 grand. I'm sure someone will check. But yeah,
Frog G. Wait, when did Camel get here?
exactly. No one knows. No one knows how the fuck I am.
Mo says Dwarves versus Lions is a very broad concept, but it's got some niche jokes for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you don't have to. It's like I mean, it's a bit like Hail Salad, like that. You know, you don't have to know all the streams and all the people to enjoy the craziness.
You don't have to be a comic book fan to be curious about who would win between 50 dwarves and a lion, but yeah, there are a lot of crack pack and CG references. Stephen Rogwood, Camel will be good at espionage if only he wasn't stuck in that chair.
I know. I would squeak too much. They'd hear me coming, you know.
You're just going to roll up on him.
Yeah.
Drive by Camel.
You hear that? Is that Camel Moon? Squeaking?
It's nearly time to wrap it up, Bancroft.
Is it? Oh, it is too. This has just flown by.
Has it? Has it?
Well, for everyone but the audience.
I'm happy with my progress today. I think I'll finish this panel tonight. Yeah, I've got no complaints. And then that'll
Marcus
put me on
says-
6 done today. I can do that means I only have to do 4 tomorrow. That's how it
Dude,
works. You give yourself a little bit of a.
I actually get pissed off, surprised that I can't draw. It really irritates me. Like I need to get better at it.
Yeah,
I was alright for a while, but I want to get to the point where I can do concept art, like concept character design that I don't fucking hate.
I mean, I've said this many times. That Mo said a comment when the very first draw stream they did when I was drawing those scorpion dudes, with the vines and everything, and it's kind of stuck with me, and I really like it. It's like Bancroft hasn't done anything on this draw stream that anyone couldn't do.
Mm.
And I was like, yes. Now there are things I have, techniques and skills I have developed over time, but most of it is me just knowing what I want at the end and hacking at the drawing until I get there. And it's never quite the same, but it's like close enough. And then you just get better next time around. Like that's drawing for me. It might not be for everyone else, but you just got to sit down and do it. I mean, yeah, it might take you 20 minutes to draw a little crappy car, but hey, car gets drawn.
Mo says, I said that because you drew a stick.
Well, sometimes this is the thing. Sometimes you got to draw sticks. Sometimes you got to draw vines. Sometimes you've got to draw windows and bricks and sharp fences. But it's how they all come together that matters.
Mm.
That's the point. So this tiny little area that you saw me draw, I mean, no one's ever going to look at this, but this is just one grain of sand that goes onto a big pile, and that's what the end result is. So if you take my art and you really get in there and dissect it, yeah, it's not even, you can't put it up against Dalkione or these other guys, but all together, you get a story at the end. And with that, I'm going to put her weird hand back on the screen.
She's wearing a ring there.
Here's what you do. You learn things. See, I just thought I can draw a hand how hands look in real life. Like you can do that. You can do this if you want, but it doesn't make for a very good hand to draw. So that's what I learned. Like, just cut back on the thinking, just because it can happen in real life, you should draw that. That's something that I have learned along the way. You shouldn't be doing.
I think like you've come a long way. Like you can really put the thick blacks down now.
I don't mind a thick black. Yeah.
I love thick blacks.
The thicker the better.
Yeah.
The one finger, rotate finger fixed. Her hand isn't that weird.
No.
It's just one finger.
I think it's because the thumb is pinched in like this that it looks weird. So yeah, the what is that? The index and the thumb, it'll be fine. But these are the sort of things like Joe will just take his red pen and he'll just circle it, and like he doesn't have to say. He's just like, just look at this and make it better.
Sumo says, I don't think you can do that with a real hand.
Totally can. Let me. Here's it. Look. You totally can.
Yeah, I think he's got you, Sumo.
So that's what I was thinking. Like I should do that, and I did that as well with their. So reason why I really struggle with getting the face to look consistent all of the time is I was under the stupid impression that everyone's faces always look the same, but they don't. People have good sides, bad sides, good angles, bad angles. And so I'll be like, I get an idea, like I want to draw that from up here, and then it's just the wrong face angle, and there's no way you can make it work.
You're like, I didn't realize how ugly she was.
Exactly, yeah. And I draw sometimes like, oh, why is she so ugly? I can't make it work. And then
you're like, oh, she's just ugly in real life.
Everyone is from that angle, or at least that's what they look like when they're static. There's no movement in a comic, so you can't really make it look good. But I look at actresses all the time now, and I try and just see their ugly angles when they
What kind of actresses?
Actresses. Well, because they're the ones I see on TV, so that's who I look at. I mean, you can look at normal people, but most normal people are ugly anyway. So it's it doesn't really. But if you see a really beautiful woman in a movie, you could pause that movie on so many ugly facial positions. So many.
The Green Laser says, I think the middle finger's knuckle is too high as compared to the index finger. He won't change it. Don't even
start. Like I said, this is 1 grain of sand in a big pile.
She'd have to have like half her face missing for him to actually fix it.
That is 2 hours. Rob, you did it. Was it worth it?
Yay, Rob! Yay! He did it. I don't even know what you guys do when I'm not here.
It was challenging today, I gotta say. It was work.
You don't want to talk about NFTs
we were
again?
up. Is Ethan still going?
I'd say
so. I think there's multiple people.
Yeah, he's still
streaming.
going. He's still going. Yeah. So that's the cool thing about building the channel. You get to a certain point where there's enough people in the chat, the show just sort of runs on its own steam. But if we've never gone up against Ethan on this stream, so fewer people in the chat, that's the more you have to work essentially.
This is a great place to end the stream, Michael. Maybe you can do what this Texas mofo says. Could you make it cold outside? It is London. It is England. England is freezing.
Hang on.
Can you make the chat at least happy?
I don't do that.
It was worse than what I'd hoped for.
No, I didn't really think about it. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Camel. Biggest thank you of all goes to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I will be back with Late Night with Comicsgate in a couple of days. Until then, go to bed. What the hell are you doing up? I'll see you guys around. Bye.
I want to say I'm really glad Michael Bancroft is here. I mean this. I feel like, look, I'm an admirer of yours. I like what you've done. You've carved out a path for yourself. I want to be better friends. That's what I want to say to you. Rob, the Replicator, I didn't even know you were here. But welcome, my friend. You are an awesome artist, and we're happy to have you here. Wait, are you an artist?
Writer.
He
He is a good artist.
Okay. Your books